All right, now part.
Hold up. Send me a request. Send me a request. Or respond to my request, I should say.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so we are continuing part two. So part two is
What is part two?
Dover won the championship, and
Oh
I am
yeah,
so
congrats to Dover High.
happy.
I love that for them.
Yes.
I
I
ain't like that whole ticket situation, but I oh, I just don't like when people just be like, that's what I be saying. Don't come from my family. Like I just hate that kind of stuff. And it it be one thing, it be the people that be literally sitting back and watching everything you do, and they be acting like that y'all cool, acting like y'all family or whatnot, and then they be like, oh, they bring up the littlest things or the biggest things and want to post it on Facebook. What would be wrong? Like, what be wrong with people? I really don't understand that. But yeah, congrats to Dover High for that. I love that for them. I feel like they needed that. I feel like I would love to see the next step for each and every one of the boys like that are graduating. Just not even Dover High, just all the kids that are graduating across the state too. Because and I wanted to post it real bad, and I gotta find it what I said because I typed it up and I never posted it because I was just like, I ain't finna post it because I know how people are. But let me find it real quick because it was so real. And dang, mama, when did I do that?
so let me just say this.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead while I find it.
I was very happy for Dover High, and I am happy for I consider them my little cousins, um, and their parents because
Found it. Go
when
ahead.
they made the transition to go back to Dover, Darrell, and Chase, everybody wasn't on board. And I can understand why, because we get this mentality of you don't go back and forth, you stay put, you just figure it out. And they really took a risk of, do I want to win this state championship? Can I pick my team on my back? Can I show up every single game? Even if
And
I have
did.
that
And
game,
did.
still show up. And, it was good to see the gyms that we were in throughout this whole entire season of fans, in a sense, like real fans. And
Mhm.
I love that for basketball, local basketball, and to be able to go up top and to be able to finish, because time and time again, our
Yeah.
teams down here have went up top, and for whatever reason, we can blame it on the rest. We can blame it on the teams. We can blame it on the coaching. We can blame it on the players individually. But Dover showed up. So I
Mhm.
am so happy for them. I'm so happy that to see I had to say this because we said it on Facebook. Star Hill really represented. We had some kids in there that was representing the hood.
Who's
um
from Star Hill?
so Juice son, that was our next door
Mhm.
neighbor growing up. His last name is Dennis on the team. So we grew up our whole childhood together. And I didn't even know that, I didn't realize he was that old. So that was, good to see, because I know that when we were young, we played outside on the court all day, every day. So that was like a win for all of us, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm happy for everybody. Um, but one thing that I can say as far as a parent, I'm so grateful that my daughter came to me and said, I don't want to do AAU, because I can't imagine wasting so much time and money. I can't
Mm,
imagine. And that's
we
all
already did it one time around. I mean, like my mom says, I feel like if you're investing in your kids, like if that's something that they want to do, just do it and see where it goes. But at the same time, if you if you know, I don't really know. Like because at the same time, I can see both sides of it. Like wasting your money and your kids are not doing nothing, that's going to go nowhere. And then on, but at the same time, just investing in your kids and making sure that they achieve life at the best of their ability. Because they may not, they may not go like me. They may not go to college and play ball, but you have to set them up, and that's my point. You have to set them up for success. So I found my little spiel. So I said the sad part about where we come from is the potential is there, but the guidance is not. So many coaches around here not even attempting to make a pathway for their kids and wonder why they end up in trouble, not doing nothing with their lives or are dead. It actually makes no sense. These kids be star athletes and have nothing to show for once they graduate. Where is the community service, the mentorships? Why are you all not bringing in people to show them different ways of life and sources of income? College is not for everyone, so if that is not their choice, why are you all not taking the initiative in getting them connected with people so they are moving in the right areas post graduation? It's so much bigger than basketball, and that's where we fall short at. So much potential to be anywhere or anything in this world, yet so limited to the area and the mindset. No one is looking at the bigger picture and properly preparing these kids for life. And that is just so, when I say, I typed that up in like January. But when I say, and I forget what I was pissed off at, but when I just I don't understand. And I can even attest that to my program. Like, even my mom, like when she had little Spartans and community service and stuff like that when she was coaching. These programs do not have that kind of stuff today. And when you're looking at you got to go to college, you have to have some sort of community service when you're going to college. Like they look at that. When you apply for college, they look at that. And even if you don't want to go to school, the what?
Nobody's talking about that.
No, it's a big problem because it's just like you're not these kids is not all these kids is not going to go to play basketball in college. They're just not. We got to be realistic. That's not going to happen. But at the same time, you got kids, and it applies to any sport anyway. You got football players, baseball, all different kinds of sports that these kids graduate. They done played this sport all their life basically, and they're not doing nothing with themselves at this point. They doing crazy stuff. Like you got people out here getting arrested. You got people literally dead for no reason because nobody properly showed them the way. And it's on the parents, but at the same time, coaches and teachers at the end of the day, they spend most of their time with y'all. So what I don't understand, like you could do it at any time. Like we got Saturday practices, you can do Sunday service, anything. It's all about the effort. And the fact of the matter is that these programs don't set their kids up for success. It's ridiculous to me. And I don't understand it, and they always drop the ball. And like I said, these kids, some people are not meant to go to college. It's not for everybody. Heck, I'm trying to figure out if it's meant for me, and I'm a junior. Like that, it's real, but you have to. That's why I said find individuals in the community, and that involves the community as well. Find different people in the community that can be like, you can come and intern for me. You can come and work for me. You can do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna teach you this. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna call this person for you. Make sure you're good. People don't do that, and I don't know if it's all over the country, but I know Delaware, Dover, y'all don't do that. And I just be like, it irritates me, and that's why I'm glad that I had the body that I had because I went on college tours. I always had community service. I was in the daggone debutante program, like all that kind of stuff that led up to me ending up going to college and me ending up being in positions that that I'm able to actually excel in spaces that I'm able to excel in is because I had the daggone community around me that I had, my village that I had. But these coaches, they don't do nothing. Like everybody just, and I say the community too, everybody on the bandwagon, everybody sharing, oh, we love that these people are winning. I love that y'all out here scoring 50 points doing X, Y, and Z. Y'all doing this. I'm so proud of y'all, but ain't nobody helping these kids move to the next level in life. Ain't nobody pushing them to move to the next level in life. It makes no sense to me. Like, I don't like stuff like that. And that's why I said I'm glad that like me and Jasmine, we were able to move in different spaces, like after we played. Like, but a lot of other people, the ball dropped for them and they're not doing much. And I hate that for them.
Yeah, I did want to touch on this when I went up to a Kappa conference last month, and we went to a school. up in New York. And, I was talking to you about it. One of the speakers, he is a ship pilot. And, he was explaining, I believe one of his daughters went to Spelman. His son might have went to Morehouse. Don't quote me on this. He might have went to Howard too. Somebody went to Howard. I know one of the daughters went to Spelman and another daughter was somewhere in the mix of that. So with that being said, he said his daughter came to him her sophomore junior year and said, Dad, I don't want to do this major anymore with psychology. I want to do something else. And he said, well, it better be something that's going to make you money, because if it's not, then I'm not paying for anything anymore. You can just drop out and you're going to figure life out. So I say all of that to say, us as parents, we have to really buckle down and make sure that we are in the best mental space that we can be in to support our children, whatever that they want to do, whether it's trade school, whether it's college, whether it's the military. We have to really buckle down. I think that's where we have the problem, because we are so consumed with life just
Mm-hmm.
here in Dover of trying to make ends meet to the next day, and then it's some cases of we haven't even done anything ourselves to even show others the way, nor do we even care to show others the way, because
Yeah.
some people are saying, because I have been told this from other parents, you know what? I didn't do that because nobody done it for me. So why would I do that for my own child? And I just think that that is the most ignorant, most type of statement that you can make. If you cannot guide your own blood children to go down the right path, and you will allow them to continue to go down the wrong path, that is a real personal problem. So I'm not the best parent. I'm not a perfect parent. And let's make that clear. But what I did for my own, or what I'm doing for my own, is what is in me, in a sense of, yes, I want them to do well in life, but I also want them to be happy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Do whatever that you would like to do, but be happy doing whatever that you're doing. I'm not telling that you got to play a sport. I'm not telling you that you have to go to college, but you're going to do something, because you have to make ends meet. You have to be happy. Every day is not going to be unicorns and rainbows in the sky. I even tell the adults that at work, it is what it is. You're not going to like your job every day. It's going to be frustrating sometimes. You're going to be stressed. Some of us deal with, okay, we got to do this, do this. You just have to prioritize your life in a sense. But when it comes to these kids, that's it. That's what pisses me off the most about people that are local, meaning you set these kids up for like false advertisement. You know what? If you play for me and you do this for 4 years, I'm gonna do this for you. And let's
Yeah,
be
we're gonna
clear.
go to college. We're gonna go to the NBA. You're gonna be big. We're all gonna be big.
I want to say this too. Let's be clear. Be very aware of the people that are saying, pay me X amount of money. These recruiters out here that's saying, pay me X amount of money and I'm going to get your child to Kentucky. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie in Fanny's voice. It's a lie. I'm just telling y'all, be aware of it before you waste your tax money on it. Okay. So, with that being said, do some research, read. If you don't do anything else, read, ask questions. And if these people want your kids to be a part of their program for 4 years, make them do something. And if it's just a character letter at the end during their senior year that you want, get that character or reference letter, I should say, reference letter
Yeah.
that tells you how they feel about your child. And if they are unwilling to write the letter, pull your kid from that program. Let me just say that, because I ran into that with one of my former players locally here, of the person unwilling to write the character letter, but she was good enough to play for you. So it speaks volumes to me. I don't care what kind of awards anyone gets. You're always going to be trash to me. As far as so, with that being said, you gotta be clear on what you want out of the program, what your child deserves. And if it's just going to college, then do that. Help them
Hmm.
find a way out of this Delaware mentality, this Dover mentality, because it is a Dover mentality that is here and present.
Oh, very much. Because
Huh?
it's definitely, I said, oh, very much. It's definitely Dover. When you think about it, them kids up top, like they straight. Like most of them is always straight. Most of them go to school or they are successful at whatever that they do. But it's always once you cross that bridge, Dover and lower, slower, lower. It's always once you cross that little bridge, it's like, okay, everybody, everybody not like everybody's behind.
And you get pockets of kids here and there that make it out. That 3%er is true. You get three here and there that I do, but out of how many? Because
Right.
there are thousands of kids out here just right here, thousands of them. Don't let them give you a false dream, is what I would tell student athletes that are here. Like, I'm not an official recruiter. Um, I don't really generally talk to a lot of people, but I do have relationships with people, good relationships with people, um, that I don't tap into enough in a sense. But I
Hmm.
can say when we were going through the process with you possibly getting recruited, we met a lot of nice people along the way, whether it was at Howard, A&T, UD, like
Yeah.
they are out here and they want y'all to play for their programs, but you got to be right and your people got to be
Hmm.
right. They're not going to bring you in there if y'all doing drugs, y'all drinking, y'all pimping yourselves out. They're not going to do. They're just not. And that's being realistic. And this is what
Yeah.
the parents need to be telling the student athletes at the end of the day. If your child needs help, get them some help. If you need help, get you some help.
Yeah, for real.
It's just sad to watch kids that have full potential waste their potential because they getting caught up in this generation of social media and doing stuff that they should not be doing.
Just being a follower, just being a
Yes.
follower. Like nobody, we was just talking about that the other day. Like we live, I think I was talking about it in my political theory class. Like there's no sense of individuality. Nobody is their own person. Everybody's trying to chase this image that they are something that they're not. And it's just like, dang, like y'all don't like who you are. Like God made you this way for a reason. Like you are who you are for a reason. It's just like dang, like everybody in the crowd, everybody want to be seen, everybody want to do like all of this, but it's just like dang, like be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to not want to do what the crowd is doing. That's one thing I did in high school. I always was my own person. If my friends were doing something and I didn't want to do it, I'm going home.
That
Mommy, come pick me up. Like this ain't that. I didn't do what everybody else was doing. I didn't want to do it. I was just like, okay, it is what it is. I can have fun on my own. I can be on my own. I can be cool. I'm cool by myself. And that's what everybody fails to realize. Like everybody want to be with a whole bunch of people, and these people do not care about you, don't care about you. They really sit, and that's I you be having I just hate that for this generation that people be sitting back and literally waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to do something. You got people literally sitting up and talking about you, sitting up here spreading what you got going on, and you thinking that your friends. They're not your friends. And I don't want anybody to ever like, and that's what I hate when and that's one thing that I hate about this generation too. Like they're just so mean spirited. Like it's so bad to the point where like they will sit and talk about you so bad and you never know what somebody's dealing with in their head.
yep.
You just never know. And it's just like, what if somebody was to do something to yourself, do something to themselves based off of your words? Like just because you doing X, Y, and Z, you literally just talking out your behind because you're mad about whatever. That makes no sense to me. I hate that. Like I just hate everything about that.
I do too. um, it doesn't get you anywhere in life. And I just want to make it clear, we're not coming from a place of anything that I said on this podcast. Um, I
I
can stand.
stand on it.
I have said it before. I have said it in person. I stand on it. I have said it in writing. Um, everywhere. So, I think that this generation, but the older generation too, my generation, because it really, honestly, this mess starts with us.
That's true.
It's
It
this
do.
um women on women thing of, oh, let me talk about her,
Hmm.
she turn around, but then when she turn around, oh, hey girl, da 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 da. And it's just like, why do we operate in that
Like,
uh
what's tea?
space?
What's beef? Like, that's one. I ain't never get that. Like, if I got something to say to you, I'm gonna say it. That's and that's just. I used to be real quiet. Used to be real. I'm still laid back, but one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and it's gonna stay, like that. Like, and I ain't got no problem saying it. And I'm gonna be real at the end of the day. Everybody just be so. I don't even want to label it as fake, but it's basically fake. Like everybody be like, "Oh, I hate her. I don't like her. Whatever, whatever." And then she
Most of
come
the
in the door. Oh, girl, I love you. What's going on? Please be so real with your life.
most of the time you
And
don't
it be
know
men
a
too.
person.
It be the men too. It be the
And
men too.
they be on it. They be more than what the women be doing. Like,
Yeah, it really do. It be the men, especially them dope men. Like, oh, oh, I just be like, what, bro? Like, what be wrong? What be wrong? Like, that's what I be saying. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I
And
have
y'all been in the same position all your life. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't doing
listen.
nothing.
I just, again, this season wore me down to the point where I even stopped going to games. And
Girl, you and me both.
everybody that knows me knows I'm at every game for my kids. And to the point where I stopped going because I just didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to hear the parents. I didn't want to be in association if a fight broke out, because I'm saving my charges. I'm saving my charges, you know. I am full aware, you know, but I'm saving my money and my charges, as mom says. I'm gonna save my $20 for when I need it. Okay. So I just felt like at the end, I just felt like I was really glad that it was over. I was exhausted. I was
Mhm.
extremely disappointed because I knew the capability that Polytech girls basketball had, but we couldn't want it more than the kids wanted it.
Mhm.
And it is what it is, and it's a huge learning lesson again, as we did with you guys. I could not be happier walking out with Jasmine because I'm so proud of her to see her smile and be glad that it was over. And of
That's why
course,
she was smiling.
because we
That's
all
why
know
she
where she
was
was going, back to her
for real.
bed.
For real. Not even that. Don't nobody got time. That's literally her words. Don't nobody got time for all that for real. Like it just be too much. And I hate to. I mean, and that's what I said. We had our little bit of drama. We did, but I don't think it's ever been that bad. We ain't never been that bad. Even if people was doing stuff, that'd be my whole thing. If you're gonna do something, at least be slick enough to not get caught. Listen, what's wrong with y'all?
And
They just be stupid. And it don't even be that they be stupid. It be thinking, like you said, it's that entitlement. I ain't nobody finna do nothing to me.
exactly.
That's the problem.
See, but this is my thing with these kids and this generation. You keep allowing them to get away with different things that are bigger than what you identify them as. It's
Exactly.
going to turn into bigger and bigger and bigger things. You might mess up and not have a tongue because of the lies that you continue to tell. So, and you might not have no teeth in your mouth. That's what I pray for the liars that be lying on me. I want to identify that you lied on me with the teeth that's missing out of your mouth. So
Ooh.
I just want to see it. So when you smile, it makes me feel great, you know. So anyway, um, you guys got to be careful about this nonsense, man, because these kids are getting very privileged, and you're not going to be able to save them out of everything. You're just not going to. So
Mm.
you need to teach them responsibility and being accountable for their actions at the end of the day. I don't care if it's schoolwork. I don't care if it's sports, whatever. And
Real life.
if I'm gonna pay out money, and Jayla will say this, you're going to Clark, okay, you're gonna do these scholarships, you're gonna write these essays, you're gonna write these terms. I'm not writing a thing. And she's done a great job at it. So
Amen.
for those that say, because I ran into this too with one of the coaches, what type of parent are you? I've heard about you. What did you hear about me? Hey, tell me. I hope it's great things, because that's all that's going on over here is great things.
So great things. Let's talk about it. It ain't nothing but greatness. I don't know. Somebody
It's
said
no fun but sweat.
mine be spewing evilness and hatefulness and what the lady say? She
What?
said something crazy that you was you was
Oh
breeding
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. You know,
She ain't breeding nothing but greatness. I hope y'all know. Just to put that out there. And we ain't never quit from nobody's team now. That's one thing we ain't never did. It ain't never been that. Let's say that. Ooh, it never gave that, never gave quitter.
the dream is real, as Kenny Burns says. Uh,
Bless these people. That's all I can say is bless these Dover people. I just, ooh, I pray that people, and maybe it's just because like I've been at school and because I can come home and I can go back to school and like it's just, I'm a totally like, I don't think I've changed a lot, but I've transformed, I would say, like, because it's just like, I don't think on that same mentality. Like it's just like, and I've never been that way, no way. Like,
mhm.
but I just hope that people go and see the world because it's so much more to life than Dover. It's so much more to life than that mindset and just the area. Like it's people that ain't never been outside the state. And I just be like, you have to go and see the world because it's literally so much more out here and so much more opportunity and just endless life to live. And y'all be stuck in that same state, doing the same stuff, doing the same stuff every single day you wake up. And it's just like, bro, y'all don't want nothing better. Like, and it's not me looking down. And that's I was just talking about it in class the other day because a lot of people think like, and that's anywhere. Like when you go to school away from home, or you get an education, it's like, oh, you think you better than me? You
Mhm.
uppity now, like you X, Y, and Z. And it's not that. I'm giving you this knowledge to help you. I'm doing these things to move you forward and try and aid you and just move our community forward because it's just not about me. That's what I want people to understand. Like, and that's why I said we're not getting on here and bashing people. We're doing this to try and help you so you're not running into a wall over and over again and not doing nothing with yourself. Like, I just, it's just, when I say, like, mommy, this season really irritated me so bad, like because I have never seen. We talk about and like I went in and helped Mr. TJ with the Lord, I'm blanking now. Jesus,
Campus.
with the school with campus community. Yes, I went and helped him, and it was just so. And that's why I say I ain't picked up a basketball maybe 2 years before that. I was done. I was like, damn, I'm over this. Like I was done with it. But when I say going back into my community and helping those girls and just like them seeing the like love for the game through their lens and them wanting to learn. And that's the thing. People don't want to learn no more. And that's why we got a whole bunch of high schoolers that can't even dribble the daggone basketball, can't do nothing. Hit a daggone ball on the back of the backboard. Not even hitting the rim. You hitting the you just what are we doing? it's that little stuff that stuff irritates the mess out of me because what have you learned? Who has been teaching you? But that's what I say. We need more people in our community, like a Mr. TJ, like different people like that can help these kids because it's so much bigger than basketball and it's so much bigger than what you see. Like, but yeah, I just I don't know. People really need to. I don't know. But that whole middle school thing, they got to get that together because I'll be darned.
The
We
whole
was running circles around them girls in middle school. We was ready to play with high schoolers in middle school. These kids can't do nothing.
Listen, I think the worst thing about the local middle school here in Kent County is middle school programs is that and high school programs is that the bad experiences are outweighing the good experiences.
Yeah,
The
ain't nobody
bad,
having no fun no more. It's not
they're
fun.
not. They're
And
not.
everybody, that's the thing. I feel like my mom and Coach Josette, like they made it fun for us. They made us want to play. Like we wanted, it wasn't a whole lot of pressure
Mhm.
on us. So when you learn and it's like, oh, this is fun. Like we coming in here, we playing, we was literally just doing stuff just to have fun. Like it wasn't so serious and so like everybody want to be daggone Angel Reese, Steph Curry. Everybody want to be like that. Everybody want to be shooting from the daggone half court line. Why are we doing that?
Why?
And you
Why?
can't even dribble the ball. You can't dribble the ball. You want to shoot from half court. You want to spin in circles. You going around in circles. You ain't. Don't nobody want to learn no more. It's not, and that's why I said it's not a love for a game. It's a want to be. It's a desire to be something, some celebrity or something like that.
Yes.
Like, and that it comes from the coaches too, because at the end of the day, I feel like them a lot of them coaches they want to be attached to a name.
Mhm.
Like they want to, oh yeah, I coach them, and I know them and all that.
Listen, when I had that conversation in December with the coach, he brought all of that up. That's in your conversation of who you are. You ain't told me what your vision was. You haven't told me it was recited.
Who, but who are you? That's the thing. Who are you? What are you going to bring out of my child? That's my whole thing. What are you going to do for my? And it's not like a monetary thing or anything like that. But what as it's my child's eighth grade year? How are you going to help him transition
Exactly.
into high school and help him transition into this is where you're going to go, this is how many classes you're going to have. I'm bringing somebody from the high school. That's just
Exactly.
how I think. Nobody's doing that.
I think that I think that we have some work to do, and it starts with self. I
Mm-hmm.
don't, me personally, as I said when you were in middle school, as I said when you started in high school, I don't want to hear nothing about your high school. I don't want to hear nothing about your college. I don't care because I don't know who you are. Neither does that matter at this point in time. I need to know what you're going to do at this specific time and 5 months later when we end. And
Mm-hmm.
if it tells me that you are not invested in the kids, you lose me as a parent. And I cannot support my kid properly when they're coming home and they're hopping in the car and saying this or that. Like I'm gonna be saying, let me sit over here and be quiet and just listen and not insert my 2 cents because if I go too far, then I know how I am, I'm gonna go too far. So over the top. So with that being said, I had to learn as a parent, but let me take a step back because there is some love here. That's the most important piece in basketball as far as I'm concerned. It teaches you everything about life. It teaches you being on a
Mm-hmm.
team with people you don't like and you got to deal with. It teaches you about having patience. It teaches you about timing. You may not be on that starting team. You may be
Right.
six man, the most important person on the court. So, with that being said, there are things that we have to learn in basketball that is going to teach you about life. But these kids got to understand now you cannot be privileged. And these parents got to understand that. And you can't be in the stands acting a fool. One thing that I said the other day on Facebook on one of the sports pages when the kids in college are looking in the stands and they're talking to their parents, they ain't even listen to their coach. It's going
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
it's going too far. You arguing from the court with your dad in the stands.
Mm,
Tell me that is a problem. But this is the generation that we have right now, and who's gonna come in and be the enforcer? Because now they're
yeah.
making some money now. They're
Mhm.
making just as much as professional players now. So, it has to be some type of humbling experience. And I say let's look at this in 10 years with sports and the education, field. What are we going to have on our hands when these little privileged kids go into the workforce and they think, um, you're gonna pay me $50 an hour, or I'm gonna quit.
You ain't gonna have no job. Y'all ain't gonna have no job. Y'all ain't gonna be doing nothing.
And I'm gonna get my mom and dad to come up here. You definitely gonna be fired straight off the top. But these are the conversations that have to be had with our kids now. That's one thing that I keep telling my kids. And, it's very important. You have to work for everything that you earn. Nothing is going to be given to you, even when you deserve it. You may not even get it.
Exactly.
You may not even get it. And don't think that you're going to get a reward every time or an award every time that you do something great, because sometimes the blessings don't come in a money form. The best blessings do not come in a money form. That's the best key that I have learned in the last couple of months. Just doesn't. Jay can tell you she just sat right on a stage with Dr. Bernice King last week,
Dropping gems.
dropping gems. Would you take 50
Yeah,
grand?
it
Would you
ain't
take
always
that?
about the money. It
That's
ain't always about the money. Mm-mm.
that's history that has been
Yeah.
made. You're not gonna be able to replace that. It's no value. So yeah, so your final thoughts, little girl?
Lord. I'm gonna pray for y'all. That's all I can say for real. Like that y'all all need a good prayer, and a reality check because I don't know. People people I just give it to God at this point, for real. That's all I can do. All I know is everybody on my end, we good, everybody good, we cool, but child, yeah, that's my final thought.
Um, South Carolina has won today. We're moving
Oh,
forward.
did they win?
Yeah, I'm rooting for NC State. I don't know how it's gonna work out for Stanford. I am rooting for LSU. I'm rooting for UConn. Of course,
I'm
um,
rooting for everybody black. I'm rooting for everybody black.
all right. So we will see y'all next time. And we hope you have a good week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.